YouTube? So today I wanted to just do a video for you guys on my new channel, my HeatherLetsChat channel. Hey there, let's chat. No? Okay, well a lot of you guys thought of that. So, I guess I just wanted to talk to you guys today about being comfortable in your own skin and I guess putting your happiness level before anything else as your main, top priority. You know, your happiness above anything. So the reason I wanted to do a video on this was basically because I know that as young adults and teenagers or whatever, we all go through a lot of struggles growing up, because that's part of growing up. Becoming who you are and learning who you are and trying to find yourself is part of the growing process. And I know that in high school I kind of thought I already knew who I was, and I thought I had my whole life figured out. And then when I graduated, everything just changed. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, by the way, guys, you'll notice that I say a lot, okay? So please bear with me. I'm going to really try to, watch that, but that's why I took public speaking, right? Anyways, so as you grow, you start to obviously mature, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally. You start to mature, and you just kind of start to think differently, and a lot of things just, you have so many things going on in life that you kind of get yourself stressed out, and you forget about who you are, and you forget about your own happiness. And I know that this happened to me a lot this year in particular, not necessarily 2011, but I mean this school year in particular, my first year of college. I don't know, everything just went completely wacko, I guess. I don't know. I was juggling YouTube, work, and school, and that's super stressful. My first semester, I was literally working almost every single day from 9:30 to 3:30, and then I would get off work, and then I'd have to go to school at 5:45. So I really didn't have a lot of time for myself, nor YouTube, and I had to battle YouTube, and then I had to handle friends and all that stuff like that, and you feel like you really don't have time for anything anymore. And then this semester that just passed, it was a lot more calm because I only had 2 days of class instead of 4, so I had Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so I worked, Sunday, Monday, Fridays, and I would only have school Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it was a little bit easier. But then again, the classes this semester totally sucked as opposed to last semester, and I don't know, I guess I let myself go, not necessarily just physically, which I did, but I let myself go emotionally and mentally. I think personally that I'm a very strong person, and I think that it's good to be a strong person. I think that you have to be a strong person for yourself, because you're not going to always have somebody who's going to be there to be strong for you, and you're not going to always have somebody who is going to be your backbone, you know what I mean? So you have to be independent, and you have to rely on yourself. I am the type of person who I don't feel like I need to depend on anybody, and when I get put in situations where I have to depend on people, I feel like a lesser person. Not that I don't like the help, or I don't appreciate it. It's just, I think that I was brought into this world and I came out alone, and into the arms of a parent, and I think that how do I want to say this? You don't need someone else to help you get through your life. You just need you, and that's the most important thing. If you can believe in yourself, and if you can believe in being strong for you, then you're definitely going to be much better off than being strong and depending on other people, or having other people as your dependents for being strong. Do you guys get what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense. I don't know, but hopefully I am. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you are a strong person and you only think about what you need to do for you, then you're going to be a lot better off than always trying to depend on the happiness and the feelings and, the strength of other people. Because when it comes down to it, those people aren't always going to be there, regardless of, whatever it is, regardless of who they are. It could be your best friend, your sister, whatever. They're not always going to be there when you really, really need it. What I mean is that even though you have those people in your life who are supposed to be there for you all the time and are supposed to help you in every kind of situation possible. I mean, me and my best friend, for example, I've been best friends with my best friend since 4th grade, and we're now in college. So, we have a really strong bond. We're best friends forever kind of thing. And, even people like that, they're not always going to be there for you. And I don't mean because they don't want to or they don't choose to, because of course if I was to call my best friend up and be like, best friend, I'm really having a problem, I need you, she'll talk to me, but it's just life itself is so hectic, and especially when you're growing and you're a young adult and you're trying to go through changes and stuff like that, it's really hectic for you. And so sometimes either you don't have the time for each other, or and not like purposely, it's accidental, you don't have time, or it's just you feel so alone that you don't really want to talk to somebody. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to reach out for that person, you want to talk to that person, but at the same time you feel like you don't have anybody, and you put yourself in this feeling of being alone. And I know that that's really hard to deal with. It's really hard to like cope with the fact that you're alone, because I've gone through this, and I don't really necessarily want to say it's a depression, because I don't like being depressed. I don't like depression and stuff like that. But I can tell you guys firsthand, this year was one of my worst years as a young adult, I suppose you can say. And what I mean by that is that I was really, really going through some hard times where I just felt so alone, and I felt so, I guess, broken and lost. Like, I didn't want to do anything, I had no motivation for anything, and I just felt like the people that were in my life were only in my life. They weren't interaction, you know what I mean? Like, there was no interaction. Like, I had people in my life who were my friends, my family and stuff like that, but I just felt like I couldn't talk to them, and you know, there was nowhere for me to go. And this goes back to what I mean about being strong for yourself, because if you're in this predicament where you feel like you're alone and you're the only person that you can go to for help, this is when you really need to be strong for yourself, because I didn't have anybody else to talk to, and I know that there would be times when I would just kind of like cry myself to sleep, like, you know, just why, you know, and it's like, it's not a good feeling. And I know that there's a lot of you who go through this kind of stuff, and that's why I want to make this video, because I want to let you guys know that even if you feel like nobody's there for you, that there is somebody that is there for you, and that's your own self. And I know that it's really hard to like kind of get up the confidence to be like, okay, I'm gonna be strong for myself, but just remember that if you don't feel it, I'm here for you. Not, you know, necessarily like you could, I don't know, tell me all your problems and I'll be able to help you completely, but just know that I have faith in you guys to be your own person, to be strong for yourselves. And again, back to my whole little depression phase, it was basically like, I don't know, like I was just going through so many bad times and everything just seemed so wrong. And I hated it, because I was like, you know, I'm not this kind of person. I'm always happy. I'm the type of person who's an optimist rather than a pessimist, you know what I mean? And for me to feel sad and for me to be mad all the time, it's just, it sucks, and it's not me, and it's not something that I look forward to, you know what I mean? Like, this year I was like the complete opposite of who I always am, and I really didn't like that. And so I've come to the conclusion, you know, with help of my cousin as well, but that I really need to take time for myself to find my inner happiness. And I've been doing that lately, and I've been just kind of trying to like get back into the swing of how I used to be and stuff like that. And I feel that it's really working for me, because I feel a lot happier now. I've kind of like lifted this huge weight off my shoulder, and I think that that's what some of you guys should really do, because if you think about it, you're the only person who can control your emotions and can control how you feel and why you feel that way. And if you're going through a rough time, you just have to sit back and take a break from the whole world. Take a break from your friends, take a break from your boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. Take a break from your family. Just take a break from everything and anything, and just, you know, sit with yourself and really think. And I know, trust me, I know that you don't want to do this. I know it, because I hate doing it. I hate sitting in my room and just thinking, because you think of one thing and that one thing escalates into a million things that are wrong with, you know, just that one thing, and then you get a bajillion things that are wrong with everything in your life. And sometimes I feel like you kind of need that, and I argued with my cousin about this, and you know, I was like, no, you can't do that, it's so bad and I hate it. But I actually took the time to do that. And you know, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna mope and you're gonna be sad or whatever it is, but you're gonna try to find your lost self. And then once you actually sit there and think to yourself about why you're feeling this way and about what you can change for your own self, that is when you're gonna feel so much better. And I think personally, I sat there and I thought about everything that was going wrong in my life, or that I felt was going wrong, and I told myself, you know, it's me who's doing this to myself. It's me who is taking one little thing and making it ruin my whole day. And you should never do that. You should always think about the better side of things. No matter how many bad days you have, there's always going to be a better day the next day or the next week or whatever. And there's always the feeling of, you think that this is just the worst thing that could ever happen to you, but you have to also think that there's people out there who have it so much more worse, or is that even right how I said that? I don't know. Have it so much worse than you do. And you know, so you can't really sit here and complain about how bad your life is all the time, because you have to think about all the good things that you do have in your life. You know, your good family, your good friends, you know, things like that. And so what I basically mean about being comfortable with yourself is being able to just kind of feel that you are your, highest priority. You are your most important aspect. You are just your most important thing, and only you can help yourself feel better, and only you can change what you want changed. Do you guys get what I mean? If you're not happy with something in your life, then change it, and make sure that, you know, you find your happiness, whether it be, you know, just your all-around happiness or just your inner happiness. And I just want to leave you guys with a little bit of those words, because I just feel like being able to be your own person, be strong for yourself, and find your happiness is really going to help you in the long run. Because if you sit there and you keep moping about how wrong life is and how it's not fair, you're just going to keep making yourself sad, and you're just going to keep ruining your own days. Do you guys get what I mean? So if you are happy for yourself and you just kind of start thinking more positively, I promise you, you're going to feel better, because I've been thinking a lot more positively lately, and I feel a lot better. I really do. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I can party. No, I'm just kidding, because I don't party. But that's all I want to talk about. I don't want to make this sad. This is all just to kind of help you guys. There's times when I have to be serious, and this is one of those times, so it's not like I'm like sitting here like, I'm so sad because I'm just so depressed. No, this is me just kind of like trying to be serious to tell you guys, you know, what you can kind of do different to help yourself feel a little bit happier. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't like something boring to watch, and I hope that it was just a little bit helpful. If you guys were going through like a depression or kind of like a sad, depressing stage, hopefully this helped you guys kind of feel a sense of wanting to get better, or a sense of wanting to be happy, or a sense of wanting to be your own backbone, your own strongest aspect. And yeah, so with that being said, that's all I have to talk about today, because this video is going to be super long if I keep talking. Oh wait, I want to show you my Tupac shirt. Nobody believes that this used to be like one of my favorite artists ever. Okay, so this is my Tupac shirt, and I love it. It's one of them bummy days where I get off of work and I have nothing to do and I'm just at home, so I throw on my Tupac shirt. If you guys have like certain topics that you guys want me to talk about, just totally leave them down below, and whatever gets like the most thumbs up, like, oh yes, that's what I definitely want her to talk about, I'll talk about in my next video. That way I can kind of get my videos started, and then just random days when I just feel like talking to you guys, like today, I'll just make my own videos and talk to you guys about whatever I want. But for those of you who want like specific things to like talk about, then, you know, go ahead and leave a comment below, and like the one that gets like the most thumbs up, I'm gonna be like, that is the one I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, YouTube.